Welcome and good morning. Welcome and good morning from the Center for Spiritual Living Bellingham, and welcome to those of you who are online and here in the house. My name is Ronna Biggs, and I'm a practitioner here, and I'm also an adjunct board member and serving as your service host this morning. This is a really full crowd here today, and just so grateful that you're here. Another note, we are doing some photographs and some videoing today, and we'll tell you a little bit more about that as time goes on, so you may see a photographer popping about. But we're happy that you're here, so happy that you're spending our morning with us. Let's hit some music.
All right, if you're able and you would like to stand with us, we'll sing into this day together. All right, let's have some fun with this one this morning. All is welcome. Here I have a place, here I do belong. Here there is no separation, here all is welcome. Here I have a place, here I have a place, here I do belong. Here there is no separation. Yeah, keep it up. Here I have a place, here I have a place, here I do belong. Here there is no separation, here all is welcome. Here I have a place, here I do belong. Here there is no separation. Bring what I have, bring what I have, offer what I can. I'm exactly where I need to be, right here as I am. Bring what I have, offer what I can. I'm exactly where I need to be, right here as I am. Here I have a place, here I do belong. Here there is no separation, here all is welcome. Here I have a place, here I do belong. Here there is no separation, here bring what I have, bring what I have, offer what I can. I'm exactly where I need to be, right here as I am. Bring what I have, offer what I can. I'm exactly where I need to be, right here as I am. All right, we're going to have a little fun with this one this morning. All right, so if you want to be told what to do, you can decide based on what side of your room you're on, what part you're going to sing, all right? But if you want to just go with the flow and pick a part that resonates most with you, both these layers kind of stack on top, all right? And so we're going to try our best to be in two different sections. This part of the section is going to follow Here I Have a Place with Kathy, and over there we'll do Bring What I Have. And if you want to ad-lib, feel free to ad-lib too. But we're going to put it together and hear our voices coming together with this song, all right? We'll start with Here I Have a Place, and then we'll split up. Are you ready for this? Let's do it. Here I have a place. Here I have a place. Here I do belong. Here there is no separation. Here all is welcome. Here I have a place. Here I do belong. Here there is no separation. All right, you all keep it going. Bring what I have, offer what I can. I'm exactly where I need to be, right here as I am. Bring what I have, offer what I can. I'm exactly where I need to be, right here. Just our voices. Bring what I have.
No separation,
right
here all is welcome.
Bring what I have.
Here I have a place,
Offer what I
here
can.
I do belong.
I'm
Here there is no separation.
Right here
All
as
is
I am.
welcome.
Bring what I have, bring what I have, offer what I can. I'm exactly where I need to be, right here as I am. Bring what I have, offer what I can. I'm exactly where I need to be. Everybody on bring what I have, bring what I have, offer what I can. I'm exactly where I need to be, right exactly where I need to be. I'm exactly where I need to be, right here as I am. Yeah. Beautiful. Thanks for bringing it this morning. Take a minute to greet some of those neighbors out there.
That worked out, sort of. What? I sort of worked out.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome
That is some sassy drumming right there. Good energy, good energy. So now, this is typically a time of the service. We'd like to invite the kiddos up, and just a gentle reminder to parents and family, we're going to be taking some photos. So if you wish to kind of hold your kiddo back, we can meet at the teachers, but if not, kiddos can come up and we'll get you started with your teachers and sing a fun song to get you rolling.
Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. special place. Got Mother Nature and the human race. The world's got trees and bumblebees, rivers and lakes and the open seas, mountains and valleys and animals too, and a sun that shines on me and you. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. Got Mother Nature and the human race. We got Mother Nature and the human race.
Okay, that's better. Wow. I'm Heidi, Practitioner of the Day, along with, there are a bunch of us that make this happen. Joanne Allison today, Wanda, Philip, and Rana. It takes a village of practitioners. And there are, what we do is pray. And there are different ways that you can access prayer. You know most of them. If not, check them out now. One of my personal favorites is the 7 a.m. morning prayer online, and it's growing. It's been great to see that. So I ask you now to join me in an opening prayer. Breathing together, we know we are connected. This is a place where we can remember that we are grounded in spirit, that we are exactly where we're supposed to be. And the best that we can do is be our authentic selves, be exactly who we are in this wonderful, safe, sacred space. I love the connection we have with each other. And I love that connection with spirit. I take it with me beyond this moment into the day and into this talk today and this service. Thank you, thank you. I let go, I let God, and so it is.
We're going to move into some musical meditation together. When I let go, love can flow how it's meant to. When I let go, love can flow in all ways. To me, through me, alive in everything. When I let go, love can flow how it's meant to. When I let go, love can flow how it's meant to. When I let go, love can flow in all ways. To me, through me, alive in everything. When I let go, love can flow how it's meant to. to me, through me, alive in everything. When I let go, love can flow, how it's meant to. One of the things that's been on my heart and mind, well, I love coming to Sunday service, and as I'm putting music together, it's like I get to choose songs that also feel like they're alive for me. And when I'm thinking about this next song, Sacred, just been thinking a lot about all the love that we have to share. And as we're inviting in, this new minister that will be coming, and who knows who they are, just think about what, like, this property, this CSL Bellingham, it does feel so sacred and so kind of secret, a little bit secret, like we don't want everyone to know about Bellingham. But really thinking about how much love myself as an individual, but especially as a community, as a world, we have to share, and how we can step into really sharing this love. So let's sing this one together. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. I will share, 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 I will share. This love, so sacred, so secret, so precious, this love, so sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. I will share, 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 this love. I will share, I will share. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was awesome. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? A little bit. It needs to be higher. I don't think I'm coming through the microphones. Keep talking? All right, you're doing all right. I'm sorry. I'm doubting. How dare I do that? Did you see Mount Baker this morning? No? Wow. Well, afterwards, go find a place to see it. It was absolutely spectacular. First time I've seen it as clearly. I'm staying up in Linden, and the road to the place where I'm staying is a direct, straight shot right here to the center. So I just kind of go to sleep and look around and let it bring me here. It's just wonderful. And first thing I noticed when I got on the road, well, before I got on the road, was there it was, this massive, gorgeous, beautiful, snow-covered mountain, and a bunch of other little ones around it that I don't know what they are. But what I did, it was like, this is like the infinite spirit that is just always right there. Might be behind a cloud and you don't see it, but it's just standing there going, yeah, I got this. I got this. Don't worry. I'm here. And I came on down the road, and I'm enjoying that. And I came around a little up over a little hill, and there's this explosion of red rhododendrons. I went, oh, my God, screaming at me. I'm like, yeah, but I'm looking at the mountain right now. No, well, you should be looking at the road. But the rhododendrons pulled me back a little bit more, and I saw that, and I'm just, it just, whoa. Then I came to these weird-looking vines that are stretched up and back down to the ground like they aren't allowed to grow anywhere, and they're all over the place up there. I know you know what they are. And when I drove up on Friday, they were all naked. And when I drove down today, they're all green. Overnight almost, 2 days. Spring is just exploding all around us, and I'm having such a joyful drive, and I'm thinking, it just doesn't get better than this. And then I noticed that the traffic in front of me was going really, really slow, which is why I was late. But you know what? I didn't care because I'm looking around, and then people turned off and went on their side roads, and I'm behind the reason we're slow. And right there in front of me, I'm following the Milky Way. Where else on earth can you drive down a road and follow the Milky Way? I mean, who says? I know this is a secret where I'm supposed to be, and I've been telling people how awful the weather is, that it's always cold and it's always raining and you don't want to live there. But wow, you guys live in paradise, all right? You live in paradise. Don't forget it. Enjoy it, celebrate it, and let a few more people in, those that you really want to have as neighbors. I'm jumping way ahead, but a point way down in my talk is that, what you think of your neighbors and what you say about your neighbors, you're saying about yourself. Save that for later. Okay, so what's been happening is over the last 4 months, this is the 4th month I've been coming, I've been bringing a talk. I've been guided and led on how we do this process. We've done a lot of things. And this week I was reading one of my favorite science of mind, or not science of mind particularly, but metaphysical teachers, who was Ernest Holmes' teacher. He was her last student. And that's Emma Curtis Hopkins. Some of you may know of her. She was a colleague of Mary Baker Eddy, taught Mary Baker Eddy a lot and learned a lot from Mary Baker Eddy. That she left that movement of unity and created her own, had a seminary in Chicago and taught people all over the country. Back in the late 1800s when you travel by train, and she was quite a grand lady. She went to different places and she'd stay for a few weeks, teach what she had to teach, and then move on. And then leave them with 7 lessons to learn and to practice over the year until the train brought her back. And I was looking at those again and went, oh my goodness, we've done them. The 4 months, we've done the first 4 lessons that she taught. Now, I wasn't intentionally doing that, but something in me was being drawn to it. So I'm going to share what those are. First of all, that the first lesson is to remember who you are. And we talked about that in the first month here. We talked about who are we? Where are we? What are we doing in life? What is life all about through us? Where do we live and who are we? We live in a spiritual universe. Oh my God, yes. And we are expressions of that universe and nothing else. And her second lesson says that we are as free as we have the courage to let go of what no longer serves us. And some of you may remember we did some letting go last month and some sadness. There's been a lot of letting go over the last several months as we've released Andrea from her role with us, Dr. A, and kept her as the beloved of our hearts. And it hasn't changed. Then the third thing is we are as great as we have the courage to affirm goodness in our life. Takes some courage sometimes to affirm that, especially when you're facing off with some really challenging stuff, when life is not exactly offering you, sweet roses and rainbows and, all that. Instead, you're getting things that don't work so well, perhaps. If you have the courage to continue to affirm the good in those moments, the good that God is within you, or Spirit is within you, or life is within you, then your life will continue to go and grow and expand. And just like good old Mount Baker, you'll still be right there holding strong. Then we get to the fourth lesson, and this is for today. We will demonstrate as much goodness and greatness in our lives as we have the courage to stand on our intentions. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a challenge for me sometimes. I intend to always be good. I intend to always be kind. I never intend to step on somebody's foot behind me on an airplane and then yell at them when they yell at me. It's never part of my intention. I did it because I didn't like being called out on my mistake. We have these things that show up. And our intentions for expressing love, that beautiful, oh my God, love that song. That love that's so powerful, that's so important, and so within us, and so secret and so public, because you can't keep a secret. In a world of oneness, in a universe of universal oneness, you can't keep secrets. Sorry, folks, if you thought you were keeping secrets, I got a surprise for you. You don't have any secrets. They show up. If they aren't showing up by walking up and saying hello, they're showing up when you speak out to someone else. Your secret shows up. It's okay. They're just there to be revealed so your greater good can show up and so you can let go of the secrets that don't serve you anymore. Yeah. We demonstrate as great a lives as we have the courage to stand behind our affirmations, our intentions, our desires, and to stand up for them. Sounds like a big order, doesn't it? Well, I'll tell you what, you have a built-in gift, power, superpower. Today, everybody's got to have a superpower. We have a built-in superpower that can guide you and lead you and allow you to do just that. And that superpower is called faith. And I'm not talking about faith in a particular religious something or a faith in a certain set of beliefs or a faith in whatever, but I'm talking about the kind of faith that lets you know and that tells you in your heart of hearts, I can trust this. I can trust this in myself. And faith is something we build and we grow with. And some of us were given a lot of faith. We had faithful parents. We had faithful situations growing up where life could be counted on to be good and powerful and purposeful. Some of us didn't have that. And maybe take some time to be faithful. I remember the moment the world became a safe place for me. I was well into my adulthood, and deep into this teaching. And that moment came, and I'm like, this really is a safe place. I can be okay in this world. I do not have to hide who I am. I do not have to run and keep trying to please people in order to get what I need and want. It's safe to just be myself in this world. I came out. It happened whenever I thought I was going to die, and I didn't. I surprised myself and everybody else. And then what happened after that was all of those desires I was thinking that came up and became so real for me when I thought I was dying. I thought, well, now I can live them. I'm not leaving yet. I was 30 years old. My father died when he was 30. His father died when he was 28. I thought, hey, it's my turn. I'm 30. I didn't do it. You probably noticed I'm not 30. But all of those things that I had imagined myself I would do if I lived longer, my good that I imagined for myself as my life in the future, was suddenly mine to embrace. Emma Rose Hopkins has got so much wisdom, and one of the things she says is that the good that we imagine for ourselves in the future, that's going to happen sometime, whether it's in life after death, or whether it's when I get to be 30 or 40 or 60 or 90, or wish when I had done it when I was 30, or all that kind of stuff. All of that is based on an idea of good, based on what's happening outside of us, on experience. Not experience, but on conditions. Well, it'll be okay when the next person is in charge. It'll be okay when I get to the right center. It'll be okay when I get that car that I've been wanting for a while, yes. Or when I get to stay in that perfect place I want to stay in, or my vacation is where. All of that is based on externals. But here's the truth. Your goodness, the greater good that is you and that you get to experience and explore, is now, in this moment. You can have it all. But you got to claim it all. And we call that faith. Now, faith is a lot more than believing. Believing is good. It's a step toward faith. I believe in this teaching. I believe it's not just a metaphor. I believe the idea of one universal presence, one universal energy that we all live in and move in and have our being in is more than a metaphor or a good, sweet theological idea. I believe it's the reality of life. But it's not going to matter what I believe unless I put my faith in it. Like, I can believe in this chair. I didn't sit in it. It's in that chair holding me up. And I can believe it all day. I can give you the specifics of it, why it would do that, how it would hold me up. I can tell you and explain it all to you. But it is no faith at all in this chair until now. Think about that. See, this room is full, and here's why. You have faith in each other. You have faith that there's something good for you here, and you're here and you're receiving it. And you have faith that there's something good for you to give here, and you're here to give it. It's more than just believing it. You can tell people all you want to about how wonderful CSL Bellingham is and how much good happens there. But you guys are faithing it. Not faking, but faithing. It's a verb. Faith is a verb. It's not just a noun. You're faithing when you choose to show up and when you choose to participate and when you become a part of the creation of this amazing community. I hope you know how wonderful you are and what an amazing community this is. This is a high point of my whole spiritual and ministerial career, is being able to stand here and speak with you and be part of and experience this amazing community that you are. Don't ever forget that. You really are. You're welcome. Thank you for letting me do it. I'm telling you, it's amazing. So faith is that deep knowing that even when the seas are stormy and things are nuts and crazy, there is something within you that is more than any of that. There's something in you that's going to hold you and sustain you and move you through life, whatever is going on. And it's faith in yourself. It's faith in the Spirit within you. One of the ways I first understood this or got a handle on this, I was thinking about the whole business. Instead of calling this infinite power God or those kind of outside words. I thought about it as life. You know, and even when I'm in my deepest pain and depression and sorrow and sadness and frustration, life is still happening in me as me. It doesn't ever abandon me. And I thought, wow, maybe there's more to all of this business of infinite spirit and blah, blah, blah than I thought. And I started exploring it. There's always life in you, regardless of what you're facing, regardless of what's happening in your current experience right now, regardless of where you're going. And I just got the signal. Thank you. Oh, wow. I'm not going to get all that. You know, there's every time you get on a ferry around here, you're living faith. You know? I've seen some of these ferries. I've been on some of these ferries. And boy, have I been on a couple of them that did that. Yeah. We live this faith every day, all the time. And how we think about it and how we name it becomes what powers us. And we can allow ourselves to get completely lost in the worrying about the waves and the water that's throwing us around and all those other things, or we can focus on the rudder that's taking us through the storm, that's taking us through the place, and that rudder is within each of us. That rudder is the power of love and life and goodness that's always there and can never be gotten rid of. It contains joy. It contains peace. It contains life. Here's the other truth. You're not made for failure. Think about it. If you cut yourself, you cut your finger, what happens? It starts to heal immediately. Sometimes slowly, sometimes quickly. But if you cut your finger, the rest of you doesn't disintegrate and fall apart. Usually. You're built for growth. You're built for creativity. You're built for success. Success of living, success of life, successful prosperity, successful health. That's what you're built for. Successful joy. You know? One of the things that happened for me after my father passed away was that at some point along later on in my high school years, I got the idea that I could go and see and experience things he would never have the chance to because he left at age 30, living in a small town in the South and had never been anywhere much except during the war when he was in Germany. And I thought, I'm going to go see everything I can see for him. And I'm doing it, folks. I'm here. I'm bouncing all over. Between the time I come back here next time, I'm going to be wandering around the Northwest here, enjoying all of your beauty and wonder and good weather. And, you know, that's the fulfillment of the goodness within me. Yeah, and I got aches and pains, and I got tangled up on the escalator at the airport and wouldn't turn loose of my suitcase soon enough, and so me and the suitcase both sat down on the escalator and rode it all the way down until I could get up at the bottom, and that was all good. Wasn't all perfect. I was embarrassed beyond what I can tell you, but it got me lots of attention. You know, when an old guy falls down, people pay attention. I had the airport personnel there. I had the people up above me on the escalator. I had all kinds of folks giving me attention. It was wonderful to have that attention. I wasn't hurt. It was fine. I got up and I went away, but I also was a little embarrassed. So, you know, as we move forward, there's always this greater love that's happening within us and around us and through us and for us. So I want to talk just in closing and tell you a little story. You probably heard it before. That's okay. You'll hear it again. It's not from me, from somebody else, because it kind of has been around. There's a story about a guy who was interviewing builders, and he stopped by where there were people with cutting stone and doing a lot of stuff with stone. And he asked one of the guys, said, you know, what are you doing? How would you describe what you're doing? He says, God, my family, we're struggling, so I am here working so I can pay the bills, so I can feed my kids. And I'm having such a hard time, but, you know, I'm getting it done. I'm here. I'm showing up every day. The guy says, okay, and he wanders around a little further and asks somebody else. So, hey, man, what are you doing? This guy was maybe a little older, maybe not. He said, well, you know, I'm a stone cutter. And I am cutting these pieces of stone to absolute perfection so they will fit perfectly with the stone that my friend over here is cutting and that guy over there is cutting, so we can put it all together. And, you know, I get it exactly right, and I'm really excited about that. And he's like, wow. And then he notices there's this woman over here working on some stone, and he wants to go find out, what are you doing? She steps back from her stone cutting, and she says, we're doing the same thing we're all doing. I'm building a cathedral. That's what you're doing, folks. You're building a cathedral with your lives, bringing great good. And if you doubt that there's great good for you, find a way to believe in it. That's what this teaching here is all about. There is good, Emma said, there's good for me and I ought to have it. There's good for you and you ought to have it because you're wonderful. Absolutely. And so am I, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bob. What a joy to have you in our community. Thank you. Shelley and Steve are our delightful ushers who are coming forward for the offertory, and thank you so much for all the ways. People give in so many ways here with your time, talent, and treasure, and we are always so grateful for your generosity. Thank you.
I believe I belong to the earth. I belong. May my life be a song. May my song feed the earth. I believe I belong to the earth. I belong. May my life be a song. May my song feed the earth. I believe I belong to the earth. I belong. May my life be a song. May my song feed the earth. I believe I belong to the earth. I belong.
Yay, thank you, music team. All right, I have a few announcements for us today, and I have two to start off with that are happening today that are related to our ministerial process. And for those of you that are new, we are in the midst of our search for our next senior minister, and Dr. Bob is serving as our interim minister during this time. And so today we have a visioning workshop that will be right after service at noon, and it will be from noon to 2, and Dr. Bob is leading us through this visioning opportunity. So you may recall we've been doing a series of these kinds of workshops and gatherings as a community, going through that process of really identifying who we are as a community, what we are ready to release and let go of, making space in our own minds and hearts and consciousness. And this next step today is a really lovely present moment and forward-thinking experience, and it's visioning for the qualities that we are looking for in our next senior minister. It's really putting that collective consciousness into practice together, and Dr. Bob is going to lead us through that visioning experience. What's unique about that today as well is what gets generated in the outpicturing of this workshop. It helps to fulfill some of the questions that are in our profile packet, and that packet is the collection of information that will get posted for candidates to go and look at and tells about our center. So what happens today with our collective consciousness and the sharing of this process will go directly into fulfilling some of that content. So very wonderful. We hope you'll be able to stay for that. The second thing that's happening is an opportunity in our office, even closer right after service, like literally right after service. So Philip is set up with some video equipment in the office, and if you have an interest in answering one of a couple of questions on behalf of the center, that we can take your answer in video form and apply it to the video that's being developed, we would love that. And it's literally kind of short answer questions. I'll tell you the questions. What's your favorite event? Could be an event that you talk about briefly. What's your favorite space on our campus? And what do you cherish about CSL Bellingham? So we've got some prompt questions that you can have a think about, and if you would love to be one of those people that we're able to videotape as part of that sharing response and kind of bringing this place to life through each of us, please, right after service, you're welcome to just exit out the back, and as you head down the path, take the ramp up to the back way into the office and just queue up there at the door, and Philip and Rev Deb and I will be out there to help guide you in and help you with those prompt questions. But we'd love to get as many folks on video as we can so that video team has a great menu to choose from. And so we'll do that videoing right after service, and then we're going to wrap that up at about 1/4 till, no later than 10 till, so everybody can come back in here in time for the workshop. So all of this is really great community engagement, and it helps to really support the development of who we are and celebrating that for candidates. So thank you for that. And then moving on with the announcement. Who's clicking today? Who's clicking today? Back in the back. Oh, it's way in the back. Ryland's clicking. Thank you. Thank you. So a couple things coming up. Speaking of spring, our dear Joe Acevedo is looking for folks to join the mow team. And I understand riding mower training is provided. This is very exciting. So if you have ever had the dream of the Husqvarna or the John Deere or the whatever dreams, now's your chance. Joe is looking for some volunteers to assist with mowing, and you can sign up at the Ask Me desk for that. And similarly, we have a Victory Garden that's out front right by the office near the road, and our Victory Garden is looking for a co-leader as some additional volunteers, and you can also sign up at the Ask Me desk for that as well. And if I'm remembering, I believe our Victory Garden was at 300 pounds of food to the food bank was produced last year. So I'm whoa! So right on. So that Victory Garden is really a place where lots of love is getting cultivated in many, many ways. Next week, there is a very special event that's happening that Kalish, if you want to raise your hand, Kalish up here in front, who's practitioner and rabbi, Kalish and Dr. Bob will be leading a very special Passover Seder dinner. And the theme is a night of liberation and celebration. It's a potluck, so you can sign up to bring a dish. And that's going to be on Saturday, April 19th from 4 to 7. And it's a lovely time to share and in the community and reflect on the themes of freedom and renewal, and to share in what is a really meaningful tradition around this time of year. So Kalish will be in the back near the Ask Me desk as well, or you can tap Kalish if you've got some questions, a little bit more about that tradition or dinner. A couple more volunteer opportunities coming up. We are looking for some folks, if you're interested in working with our teaching staff, you can join to be a volunteer for the toddlers or elementary school kiddos. And if we've got some folks who can't serve on Sunday, you can be a volunteer to help fill in for some of those spaces and work with the youth a little bit more. And then the Song Circle had to take a break, but I hear we're back. We are coming back.
No, not this month, though.
Not this month, but in May.
There's a question. There's a question. It's a question.
It's a question.
Yeah, so no Song Circle next Sunday, but we'll be back in May.
Yeah, we'll be back in May. So look forward to that, and you can save the date for that. And then also next week, after service on Sunday, both the men's group and the women's group will be meeting, and the women's group will be here in the sanctuary, and the men's group will meet in the classroom. So those two groups are going to come back for their monthly meeting time as well. And then finally, just a last quick reminder, there's some interest in going and looking at some of the archives of our talks and podcasts from the back. Just know that Facebook is phasing out some long-term storage, so if that's a place you have a habit of going to look for us, we recommend shifting over to YouTube so you can look a little bit further back. Facebook is going to stop long-term storage of our videos and podcasts, and so YouTube might be a place that you want to reconnect to for the live stream and podcasts over time. So we have a couple of things. Again, if you're interested in doing the video process, you can feel free to, after we get done with our last song, just head right up to the office. And then if you are sticking around for the workshop, they need to reset this room. So please feel free to go into the hospitality area in the back, wander around outside, and just hang out and let those folks set up for the workshop. But we're going to be all just like little ants moving around, doing all sorts of good stuff. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you again to Dr. Bob. And let's roll out of here.
Yeah, if you're able to stand up, we'll sing out into this glorious sunshine. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. I believe in the power of love. Sing it out. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. We don't know what's coming. We can help shape what's ahead. With kindness as our currency, the commonwealth is in our hands. So give a little on, give a lot, don't stop. A helping hand makes the world go around. There's more than enough. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Nice to see you all. Enjoy the workshop. Enjoy the sunshine. We'll see you again soon.